Hello. Yes, I welcome you to this class. Okay. So I have on the screen here your syllabus for WAEC, NECO, and JAM. So I want you to quickly take a look at what we have on the screen. Quickly take a look at what your syllabus looks like. You may have seen it before now. Remember last week in the course of our lesson, I mentioned that we would be looking at the three genres of literature, of which drama is one of them. We have drama here, and we have certain objectives that should be fulfilled. After reading the recommended drama text for these exams, we're expected to identify the various types of drama. The various types of drama. We are to analyze the content of the various types of drama. After that, we're expected to compare and contrast the features of the different dramatic types and so on. You may look at other content there. And then I want us to quickly go to drama. Okay. I believe you can hear me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Looking at drama as a genre, we know that actually drama is a literary work of art that is written in arts and scenes. A literary work of art that is written in art and scenes. Drama usually occurs in dialogues. Of course, that is a common feature of drama. But this afternoon, I want us to look at types of drama. Types of drama. But before then, you know that you have to take note of the fact that one distinctive feature that distinguishes drama from other genres of literature is what? Is dialogue. Dialogue. That is a distinctive feature of drama. Now let's look at types of drama. Other types of drama. We have tragedy, we have comedy, there is tragicomedy, there is melodrama, there is farce, which is also regarded as burlesque, and then we have opera. Now let's look at them one after another. What is tragedy? Tragedy, as a work of drama, of course, is a type of drama that begins on a sad note and ends on a sad note. Just like the word tragic, tragedy. You know, when you say that an event is tragic or that something is tragic, you know what that means. It means something unpleasant, an experience that is not good. So that is what plays out in a tragic drama. It begins on a sad note and it ends on a sad note. And then we have comedy. Comedy, of course, is the opposite of tragedy. Okay? While tragedy begins on a sad note and ends on a sad note, comedy begins on a good note and ends on a good note, or it begins on a happy note and ends on a happy note. The mood at the beginning of comedy is a happy one, and the mood at the end of it too is happy, is pleasant. And then we have tragicomedy. Tragicomedy. Tragicomedy is what? A combination of the two. It is a combination of the two. Maybe the drama begins on a sad note and ends on a happy note, or it begins on a happy note and ends on a sad note. It's just a mixture of happiness and sadness. Just like sometimes when you see people and they tell you that they are having some kind of mixed feelings. Someone can be feeling sad and at the same time excited, depending on what has happened to the person. The tragic comedy is a combination of tragedy and comedy. So a tragic comedy work contains an aspect of tragedy and an aspect of comedy. And we have melodrama, which is another type of drama. You know, drama has a lot to do with music. Drama and music are like twins. They are related, okay? So when we talk about melodrama here, you have a drama that has a combination of music and dramatization. It has a combination of music and dramatization. That's why sometimes in some of the works, the drama works that we read, even in some of the movies that you watch, you will see that music features in most of them. Sometimes it occurs in form of chorus, where you have maybe a group of women giving a background music, maybe dancing or singing, like we have in Wole Soyinka's The Lion and the Jewel, and so on. And then we have fast, which is also regarded as bullets. Okay, fast or bullets. Bulesque. I think I omitted that here. I'm going to add it after now. That type of drama is usually short. When you read a work of fast or bullets, you know, it looks as if it tries to make mockery of something serious, you know, maybe a serious thing. It makes it look as if it's unserious or it is not as important as it should be. You know, of course, drama is mainly to entertain, even though we learn lessons too. By reading works of drama or by watching drama too. And you have opera too, which is related to music too. There is mime, which I didn't add here. Okay, we also have mime. Um, if you have studied types of drama, I think all these ones that I mentioned, even the ones that I didn't include here, um, you would know that they all belong to drama. Mine, the one that usually does with bodily movement. You see people moving, sending a message to the audience with their body movement, without words. We also have pantomime there and so on. And very quickly, we go to dramatic techniques. Dramatic techniques, okay? Under dramatic techniques, we have characterization. Characterization. Even though drama is a work of fiction, but the fact is that even when you present events that are not real, that are not true to life, you are expected to make them real. Therefore, what do? You have to create characters who enact the events or the activities that you want to present in that work of drama. That is where characterization comes in. You have under characterization, we have character. Of course, we have different types of character playing out roles in a work of drama. Okay, the different types of characters. Now we have the flat character, we have the round character, we have the stereotype character. Flat character, the round character, the stereotype character. We also have the one that is regarded as a stock or the stock. Okay, Now, who is a round character? Who is a round character in a work of drama? A round character changes over time. Okay, a round character changes in attitude, in everything to suit the turn of events. Let's assume that at the beginning of a particular work of drama, that a character was good. Okay, the character was nice, you know, and then along the line, the character turns from good to bad, or even from bad to good, depending on the events around that character. This character changes in order to suit himself to the happenings around him. That is the round character for you, okay? And then the flat character. For the flat character, the flat character is like the I don't care character. The flat character is just there. The flat character remains the same from the beginning of the story of the drama to the end. Come rain, come sunshine, whatever that is happening in the drama, if the flat character was good at the beginning of the drama, the character remains good, no matter the conditions, no matter the circumstances, you know. And if the character was bad from the beginning, the character also remains bad throughout the course of the drama or the play. That is the round character for you, okay? And then we have the stereotype character. The stereotype character. Who is a stereotype character? This stereotype character is very common with our Nollywood movies. It's very common, okay? A stereotype character plays the same kind of role all over. I don't know how much of Nollywood movies that you watch, but if you know a character like Sophia, we know Sophia to be a very comic person. Wherever you see him, even when he goes to where maybe somebody died or something, he goes there to create fun and things like that. Is the same kind of role that that character plays all over. Looking at another character like maybe the woman that we call Mama G or Susu, we know her to be a very wicked woman. You know, in almost all her movies, to the extent that if you see her in a movie being nice, you say, no, it doesn't suit her. We know her for wickedness. We know her for being wicked. This role does not really suit her because she's already used to that particular type of, attitude. Okay, that is the stereotype character for you. So the stereotype character plays the same role, okay, over time. Under characterization too, we have what we call protagonist. In every story, of course, there must be a protagonist. Who is a protagonist? That is the main character, okay? The main character in that drama, that the whole events, all the events in the drama revolve around him. All the events in the drama revolve around him. And on the other side, we have the antagonist. The antagonist. Remember, we are still talking about characterization. Who is the antagonist? Sometimes maybe your friend or someone close to you does something that is not really nice to you, and you'll be like, oh, so you are antagonizing me. What the antagonist does is that he works against the protagonist. Okay, it's just like an opposition party. The antagonist works against the protagonist. Okay, and then we have a character that is regarded as a tragic hero. Remember, the protagonist can also be referred to as the hero. That is, if the protagonist is a male. If the protagonist is a male, we refer to him as the hero. But if the protagonist is a female, we refer to her as the heroine, Heroine, the heroine. Then we have a character that is regarded as a tragic hero. Who is a tragic hero in a work of drama? Is the one that his actions and inactions contribute to his downfall. You see that protagonist, you see that hero, you see that main character that the whole drama centers on him, but he uses his hand to bring about his own downfall. He brings about his own downfall. That is a tragic hero. A good example of that is, I don't know if any one of you has read, there is this book, The Gods Are Not to Blame. It's a very common African drama. The Gods Are Not to Blame by Ola, I think Ola Rotimi. That is a good example uh, yeah, of a work of drama where we have a tragic hero, okay, because Odewale, who happens to be the protagonist in that story, actually brought about his downfall as a result of his hot temper, his anger. He couldn't control his anger and so on. Okay. And then we have a villain. A villain, Villain. A villain is similar to an antagonist. A villain is not known for anything good. A villain works against the protagonist. The villain does something bad, you know, especially to the hero, especially to the main character. A, a villain plots, his own is just to plot evil, just to plot evil. In some works of drama, you see the villain working with the antagonist, you know, plotting means of bringing down the main character in that story and so on. Okay. After characterization here, we have dialogue. We have dialogue. Dialogue simply means what? A conversation between people. Okay. I mentioned at the beginning of this lesson that dialogue is a distinctive feature of drama. That is what distinguishes drama from other genres of literature. Dialogue, one-on-one. It is not like a novel where you read from maybe just one person. It's just someone telling you the story. But in drama, you are reading from the characters, okay? Or you are watching and you are listening to the characters exchange words directly. And then we have what is called flashback. That that are employed by the writer of a work of drama to do what? To put this message across to the audience. We have flashback. It depends on how the playwright intends to present his work. Some writers are used to flashback that at the beginning of the story, they tell you what happened in the past. You get to know what happened in the past before knowing the present and the future. Okay, so flashback is like making reference to the past. Sometimes it helps you to reconcile the future with the present. Oh, so this character is actually suffering for what he did some time ago. Maybe it's nemesis that is playing out or something. That is what flashback does for us. We have mind. I've talked about mind, um, where bodily movements are used to convey some messages to the audience, or to the yes, to the audience, of course. Mime is usually common in oral literature, where you have people dramatize, when you have people come up on stage to present a work of drama. sometimes is imagined in writing, but the playwright, you know, gives some kind of um, explanation, okay, or a short note expressing what actually happened in the mind, that is played out in a given work of drama. Sometimes mime is played alongside the chorus, okay. It depends on the technique that a writer employs in his work. And we have costume. Costume, of course, is what the characters use. They wear what is suitable to the roles that they are assigned in their work. A lawyer wears what suits him. A medical doctor wears a kind of costume that is related to his field and so on. So costume, simply put, is what the characters put on, okay, to dramatize the roles given to them. You have music and dance. I mentioned that music is like a sibling to drama. Music and drama go together. They are very much related. Music and dance. Remember The Lion and the Jewel? Music plays a lot of roles there, and even dance. Remember when CD, where when CD was being accompanied to her husband's house? You remember the role that music and dance played there, how the women danced and how they led her to her husband's house. And then we have decor. Decor. After costume, another thing to talk about is the decor. That is the stage. How do you put up the stage? How do you decorate the stage? Decor here is not different from the decoration that you know. Okay. When you are watching a live presentation, of course, when you check around, sometimes you see some ornaments, sometimes you see some maybe beautiful paintings or whatever, depending on the kind of drama that is being presented. And when it is written, the playwright gives a note describing the decor, what the setting or the scenery looks like, the scenery, what it looks like, so that even if someone wants to pick up that piece and dramatize it, they would know how to go about the setting up of their stage and how to arrange the different sceneries in the drama. And then we have arts and scenes. Arts and scenes. Prose is written in chapters and paragraphs. Poetry is written in lines and stanzas. And then drama is written in what? Drama is written in acts and scenes. Drama is written in acts and scenes. There are the various divisions, of course, that we find in drama, just like we have chapters. Maybe a prose work has, for a particular prose work, you have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and so on. For drama, no, we don't have chapters. Rather, what we see is acts and scenes. Maybe act 1, scene 1, act 2, scene 2, act 3, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and so on. Just like here, The Lion and the Jewel is a play in 3 acts. It has only 3 acts. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Act 1 is morning, Act 2 is noon, and then Act 3 is evening. And each act has its own scenes. Okay, and then we have soliloquy. Soliloquy and aside. I would want you to pay a very serious attention to these 2 terms, soliloquy and aside. Most often, the students mistake one for the other. the students mistake one for the other. I don't know, some of them often get confused, you know. They find it hard to differentiate between soliloquy and aside. Yes, these two terms are used together, but they are not used interchangeably. They don't mean the same. They are similar, actually. Yes, they are similar, but they don't mean the same thing. Soliloquy simply means what? As a character on stage, you are just on stage. In most cases, you are alone. You are talking to yourself. You are obviously talking to yourself. Assume that you are a character. You are dramatizing a particular role. You are on stage and you're just pacing around or maybe moving about, just talking to yourself, maybe expressing your anger, your sadness. It could be excitement too. It depends. Okay, but the fact is that you are talking alone and you are talking to yourself. And then aside is also a lone speech. It's done by a lone speaker, but aside is meant for the audience. In the case of soliloquy, you are alone. You are just talking to yourself. You are not talking to anybody. You are not addressing anybody. You are just expressing yourself to yourself. But in the case of aside, you are talking to the audience somehow. Yes, you are talking to yourself actually, but you want the audience to hear what you are saying. Probably you are talking about a particular character, and you wouldn't want that character to hear what you're saying about him or her, but you want the audience to know. You are talking to the audience. Look at her. She thinks she can do it alone. Okay, no problem. Let's see. Let's see. You know, that kind of a thing. So aside is meant for the audience, okay? Aside is meant for the audience. It's a speech by a lone speaker that is directed to the audience. But soliloquy is a speech by a lone speaker that is not directed to anybody at all. It is strictly for the speaker, you know. So, but aside is directed to the audience, okay? And then you have lighten. Lighten is controlled in drama. It is controlled. Sometimes you see maybe uh, the director or the stage manager may choose to put out the light because they want to portray darkness. And when it is day, you see light. Okay? It depends on the scene that is being played out. Okay? And sometimes when you watch some drama presentations, you see that the scene is presented to the dark because there is a particular message too that they want to put across to the audience. So lighting is actually controlled by either the director or the stage manager. Okay, these are the dramatic techniques. Remember, we've looked at types of drama, we've looked at the dramatic techniques, and for every work of drama that we study, we are expected to identify these themes. Okay, we're expected to identify them. Sorry, before I go to the aspects of drama, I would want to talk about this. Flashback. When I mentioned flashback, I think I'm supposed to attach the opposite of flashback there, but like I failed to do that. Flashback. I said flashback brings what? The past before taking you to the present. The opposite of flashback is foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Please take note of this. Foreshadowing is what? The opposite of flashback. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. While flashback tells you what happened in the past before bringing you to the present, foreshadowing takes you to the future It takes you to the future. It's just like um, when they present the weather forecast to us, like this evening, we'll be seeing the weather forecast for tomorrow, how the weather is going to be tomorrow. That is what foreshadowing does in drama. Maybe the writer may choose to tell you the future of a character before bringing you to the past of that character and then the present, that is foreshadowing. But if the writer chooses to present the flashback, which is the past, before bringing you to the present or the future, that is a different thing. Okay? And then interpretation of the prescribed text. Yes, for every text that we read, we're expected to look at the theme, to look at the plot, to look at the socio-political content, the context, and then the setting. Theme simply means what? Theme simply means the subject matter, the central idea, the central message that the writer of the work of drama wants to put across to the audience or to the readers. Of course, no writer writes in a vacuum. Before you pick up your pen to write, even though it's a work of fiction, you must have a message that you want to put across to your audience. That is the thing. So a given work of drama may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more themes. There could be so many messages. But in all of that, there must be a central idea. There must be a focus before the other things. And then you have plot. You have plot. I would want you to study this plot very well. The different types of plot. I'm going to talk about that in our next lesson. But let me say now that plot is what is a sequential, you may call it a sequential arrangement of the events in a work of drama. A sequential arrangement of events in a work of drama. But in some cases, your arrangement may not be a sequential one. It may not be a chronological one. Just like where you have maybe a foreshadowing or there is flashback, that may not allow you to present your plot chronologically, but plot is like a summary. Let me put it in that manner. It's like a summary when you pick up the major events, the main ideas in a work of drama, and you present them. You have the socio-political context. If you have read most of the books that we have in our syllabus, you can agree with me that what is playing out in our country is very common in those texts, socio-political contexts. We have a poem like The Leader and the Led, talking about leadership and followership. The leaders are not good, the followers are not good. Socio-political contexts. So after reading a particular work of drama, you are expected to do what? To relate it to the social. How can you relate the lion and the jewel to the socio-political situation of Nigeria? How can you relate unexpected joy and dawn to the political to the socio-political situation in Ghana and in Nigeria? There is always a relationship between what we read in these texts and what is playing out in our society today. Then setting simply addresses the period of time. Setting addresses the period of time. That is a time frame. It addresses the place, that is geographical location. For unexpected joy at dawn, after reading it, for example, we're expected to look at the physical setting, that is the geographical location. The place is mentioned in that play where the various events in the play took place. We're also expected to look at the period of time. when events in that drama happen.